Oh, hey, Draymond. Yeah, that was career high for GG, by the way.
He seems to have those against us.
That's true. Can you take me through what happened, I guess, early in that sequence between you and Desmond on the court that kind of...
I didn't really think there was a sequence. I got grabbed and I snatched my arm away and I got a tech. So...
Looks like it kind of helped you guys kind of get on that run that you guys went on.
Yeah, it did. Third quarter. Kind of woke our team up. And we got going from there and never looked back. So it was shout out to them. Maybe they was trying to get me thrown out the game or something. It didn't work. It worked. It actually worked against them. So I don't know, though. You got to be careful when you do stuff like that because they were playing pretty well. And I think at that point, what were they down? 1 or 2? So, and then they were done after that. Like it was, so you got to be careful. Faking.
How much more or not physically taxing is playing the 5 as much as you are compared to if you were playing the 4 more?
It's definitely more taxing because at the 5 you're involved in every possession. Like at the 4, 4s don't crash every time. So you may not have to box out every possession. At the 5, you got to box out every play. Like 5s are trying to get the offensive rebound every play. And so it's, even as something as simple as that, that's, call it 20 more box outs a game. Like that's contact, that's a battle, And so it's definitely more taxing. But I'm cut out for it.
I mean, you popped up on the injury report again today with the back soreness. I would assume boxing, big people out probably.
Yeah, for sure. But I think there was other issues more so than just boxing guys out. I don't attribute it to just playing the 5. Like I said the other day, it's kind of around the same area that I had something before. And so, number one, want to be aware. But also, we got those things that we have to report to the league and all of that stuff. So I would hate it's something that I've been dealing with, So I would hate to say, oh, I'm good, and then last second, like, I can't go, And so also a little precautionary as well, and knowing, I had talked to, I worked a lot with Rick over the last few days, and his idea, like, he crushed me this morning. Like, we did a full session this morning, and I think his idea was more so like, if you can come out of this session good, great, you can play. But I'm going to put you through the session, and if you come out of it not great, then you're not playing. And, like, I tried to stop it early, like, all right, Rick, I'm good. And he's like, no, you should do this now. And it was another 35, 40 minutes of stuff that I had to do. But, it was the right thing because I felt extremely active. I felt great. Legs were a little tired from all of it, but as a basketball player, you know how to get through tired legs. So it was great.
You seem to think playing the 5 is sustainable, though, physically and for this team, as much as you are, or do you think there should be more lineups mixed in with you at the 4?
No, I mean it. Hey, my love. Oh, he hit you with the ball. Y'all was playing basketball?
It's only because she pushed me.
Okay, y'all fighting a little bit? Okay, go give your brother a hug. Give your sister a hug. Give your sister a hug. Like a real hug. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's sustainable. I can do it. Like I said, I'm cut out for it. I think I don't overly worry about it because I also know that we have 5s that are more than capable of taking it and doing whatever it is that we need them to do. So, yeah, it's not something I think about, like whether I'm at the 4 or the 5 or any other position. Just got to be ready to go. So I think it's sustainable.
Draymond, Wiggins had an up and down start to the season, but lately he's been playing really well, shooting well. Obviously, tonight he had a big game. What's the domino effect when you guys are getting the kind of game like you got from him tonight? What's the domino effect on everybody else?
It helps everybody because with Wiggs' aggressiveness, with his athleticism, he when he's driving to the rim, he can make defenses collapse, or he's going to go finish. And then, like you said, he's been shooting the ball extremely well. And, none of us look at that as a matter of, he is hitting shots now. He's taking them. And so that's the biggest thing with us for Wiggs is just making sure, he's being aggressive. As long as he's taking the shots, he's a good shooter. He's going to make a good amount of them, So it's just a matter of making sure he's being aggressive and taking those shots. And when he's taking those shots and playing with that aggressiveness, we're capable of winning championships.
Have you guys had to prod him to be more aggressive this year, or is it he just kind of naturally evolved into that over the course?
A little bit of both, When you play on a team like this, there's always, it's funny because I talked to Chris about it at the beginning of the year, and he came back around him a couple weeks ago and was like, yo, you're right. It's very easy to play on this team and stop shooting. Because with all our action, you're going to find someone that can shoot, a great shooter and Clay or Steph. With all the action, if you don't shoot, you're still going to find them and get a good look. And so, more often than not. And so it's very easy to fall into that, I need to look for those guys. And it's something that you have to be conscious of and try not to fall into that, because when we fall into that at times, it hurts us more than it helps us. And so with him being aggressive that way, it's just another option for us that we can go to that can initiate offense, that we can run pick and rolls for, that we can go to in the block. You can just allow him to create something. He's more than capable of creating offense for any team.
When you said Rick took you through a full session this morning, what does that look like? Is that working out? Is that stretching? What does that entail?
It starts on the table. So I was anticipating getting 10 to 15 minutes of table work. That turned into 45, 50 minutes. And then I was anticipating doing 10-minute core workout, and that turned into 35 minutes. And then I was anticipating getting 10 minutes of shots up, and that turned into about 30 minutes. And so I ended up being in here for 3.5 hours this morning, and I thought I'd be here for an hour and a half. And saying that, it was great because we got a lot of work done. I got stronger, which was great, and just got my body to a really good place. When I showed up this evening, it wasn't even much to do on the table because of all the work that we had done this morning. So it was beautiful, much needed. It's funny because Loon was telling me on the bench, Rick's the king of one more. And one more turns into 6 more. But it's great.
Draymond, for such a long time, you've been a key facilitator and playmaker for this team, but what added layer does having a true point guard like Chris Paul and 14 assists, 0 turnovers tonight do for this group?
So you going at my point guard skills. All right, Beck. So I got you. No, honestly, when you're playing with a guy like Chris, I find easy buckets as well. Just run the floor. He's looking ahead. Chris is one of the elite playmakers that this league has ever seen. One of the best passers we've ever seen in this league. And, I think the most beautiful part about it is he don't turn the ball over. 14 assists and 0 turnovers. I'll be in here jumping for joy. And that's just a normal night for him. And, it's absolutely incredible to have him on this team with the scores that we have, and not only adding another playmaker, but an elite playmaker. It's absolutely incredible, and it unlocks so many different lineups. You put Chris on the floor, Chris can unlock a lineup as good as anyone.
How challenging do you view what's ahead for this team standings-wise and what needs to get done?
No, we just need to win games. Winning games in the NBA is a challenge in itself, but I don't view it no further than just got to go win the games.